And now for your national news. I'm Danielle. On Tuesday, January 3rd, 2012, the first Republican Party primary election took place in the state of Iowa. According to CNN, approximately 123,000 people voted in the caucus Tuesday night. 30,015 votes were casted for Mitt Romney and 30,007 votes were casted for Rick Santorum, leaving Santorum in second place by only 8 votes. Paul came in third, Gingrich in fourth, Perry in fifth, Bachmann in sixth, and Huntsman in seventh. According to ABC News, money did not play a huge role in this election. A total of $12.5 million were spent by the candidates and their supporters on Iowa ads before the caucus began. Only 1/3 of the $12.5 million was spent by the candidates. Mitt Romney and a political action committee spent $2.85 million on television ads, whereas Santorum and his party spent less than $1 million, putting him second to last in spending for Iowa ads. As you can see, money wasn't everything, just by the remarkable come-from-nothing success Santorum had. Romney's success in this caucus came mainly from his super PAC and his old-fashioned way of campaigning. He visited 99 counties and met with lots of Iowa Republicans. From here on, these men will continue to fight for the votes of citizens and hope that they will win the elections in New Hampshire and South Carolina. Even though Romney is expected to win in New Hampshire, Santorum's goal is to fight and solidify his status as the anti-Romney conscientious conservative. He hopes to prove he can go toe-to-toe with Romney in any part of the country. The big question here is, can Santorum stay up with Romney in these upcoming elections, or is he going to fall amongst the other candidates? For more, follow Mitt Romney and Rick Santorum to see their plans for New Hampshire and South Carolina elections.
State news, Governor Andrew Cuomo delivered his second State of the State speech at the Empire State Plaza Convention Center in Albany on Wednesday, January 4th. He proposed a plan to help the poor and get better access to food stamps, new offices to protect tenants' rights, and help homeowners avoid foreclosure, establishing a health insurance exchange and improving care for disabled adults. Cuomo thinks that some New Yorkers need more than just jobs. Some children go hungry and 1 out of 6 homes go without enough food. He called for passing a legislation to establish a health insurance exchange to help 2.7 million people get covered. Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver said one of his top priorities is to raise the minimum wage, which now is $7.25 and has been for years. However, neighboring states range from $8 to $8.47 as their minimum wages. Silver also proposed eliminating taxes for families who make less than $25,000 a year. Cuomo also stated that the state should remove barriers and stigma and end fingerprinting. New York City's Mayor Michael Bloomberg agreed to Cuomo's proposals for a new lower pension for future public workers, taking DNA samples from all convicted criminals and cutting city workers. In 2012, Cuomo said he will not raise taxes or fees, the same pledge he made for 2010. For more information on this topic, visit www.washingtonpost.com. For more of this conversation, check out hashtag State of the State and hashtag
In local news, an iPad buyer bought an iPad off Craigslist. The transaction was planned to be made on Taft Avenue, when the guy who was supposedly selling him the iPad punched the buyer in the face several times, causing injuries to his mouth and eyes. Wynn then stole his money and iPhone before running away. Wynn got charged with first-degree robbery, second-degree assault, and fourth-degree grand larceny. His bail is set at $25,000, and he has a hearing Thursday at the Irondequoit Town Court. Craigslist is a successful business that has been working for years, but you still have to be careful about who you're doing business with. You should read Craigslist warnings about scams. It'll help keep you protected. Also, when meeting someone to do business with, don't go alone or do the business in an open, crowded area, because you never know who you're going to meet. To read and be involved in more about this conversation, check out hashtag Craigslist Scam at Twitter.
Discussion. I'm Danielle, and beside me is
Jess,
Alyssa.
Today's topic is the Iowa caucus and whether or not the Iowa caucus should be the beginning of the presidential election process. Alyssa, what do you think?
I don't think it should because they are a decided state and Florida isn't, so it would give the candidates more of like a chance to be able to go somewhere. What do you think?
I think it should stay in Iowa because it's like where it began and there's more, it gives the candidates more hope, especially for the Republican side since it's a Republican state.
I don't believe it should start in Iowa. I feel like Iowa is just, the Iowa caucus is a mess. The Democrats vote by raising their hands and the Republicans vote by putting numbers for their votes in a box, and I don't think that's fair.
Especially since all the votes never really get added up correctly. There's a big chance of mistakes for them.
It could have meant that Santorum could have won or Mitt Romney.
That makes or breaks the candidates. Michelle Bachmann dropped.
I do, however, believe that Iowa, I guess, is a good spot because, again, like Jess said, it gives them hope. Like Santorum rose from nothing in Iowa, and he came in second place with no money spent on ads, whereas the highest money spent on ads came lower than he did.
But Florida could also bring people up like Santorum. It just won't favor a side like Iowa tends to do.
All right, and that's it for the Iowa caucus